Hey boys and girls, Mr. D here. Just as we get started with Chapter 4, in this video, uh, by the end of the video, you should be able to solve proportions by cross-multiplying. Okay, so that's your goal for the video. Be grammatically correct there. Put that period in. Alright, let's take a look here. There's really the most basic rule here when it comes down to solving proportions is when we have a fraction equal to a fraction. And we have a fraction equal to a fraction. Real simple. Cross multiply. Okay? When a fraction equals a fraction, cross multiply. Always, always, always. Okay, so let's take a look here. Here's example 1. Okay, they want us to solve for x. We have 18 over x equals 15 over 10. Notice we have a fraction equal to a fraction. And it's going to be real simple. We're just going to cross multiply. Okay, so we're going to take 15 times the x, which is 15x. Right, and then over here, we're going to take these two, 18 times 10, okay, which is 180. And now we've got to solve for x. We have 15 times x equals 180. You guys should all know how to solve for x here. You would divide by 15, both sides. And if I didn't know this off the top of my head, I would just do my long division. We'll take it over to here. 15 into 180. Oops, sorry about that. A little sloppy. 15 into 18 goes once. I have 3 left over there. Bring down my 0. 15 to 30 goes twice. So my answer, and that's going to be an even swap. So my answer here is x equals 12. Okay, so essentially 18 over 12 is the same thing as 15 over 10. That's what they're telling us. Okay, fraction equals a fraction, cross multiply. Alright, let's take a look here at example 2. This is a slightly different kind of proportion. But same thing. We're going to end up with a fraction equals a fraction. Fraction equals a fraction. We cross multiply. Always and forever. Okay. They want us to find the unit rate. When you see the term unit rate, they're really just asking us how much for 1. Okay, so and these are really the most practical types of portions we get into, not just where they're giving us fraction equals a fraction, but where they're starting off with some type of real-world problem here. So we can drive 160 miles on 5 gallons of gas. We could put that into a fraction by just saying 160 miles. Just put an M for miles. And we have 5 gallons of gas. I'm just going to put a G here. And these really, we don't need these variables here. I just use them to help me remember what category I put where, because it doesn't really matter if I put miles on top or on the bottom. I just need to be consistent. Okay, so this is what I know. We always talk about what we know equal to what we want to know. Right? So here, this is what we know. They give us that, 160 miles, 5 gallons of gas. What we want to know is how much for 1. How far can we get on 1 gallon of gas? Okay, and again, I've got to be consistent. So I keep my gallons of gas on the bottom. My M for miles, or X, you can give whatever value you want, goes on top, right? Miles on top, gallons of gas on the bottom. If you put gallons of gas on the top here, that's fine as well. Then just gallons of gas, it'd be 5 over 160, 1 over M. Just be consistent. Okay, so what we know equal to what we want to know. Right, this is what we want to know right here. What we want to know. Okay, so let's just set it up here, and let's execute it. Cross multiply 160 times 1. Well, that's 160. Again, the variables don't really exist. I'm just putting those there just for my own record so I don't mix up the categories. 5 times m. Now this big M, that variable does exist. That's what we're looking for. 5 times m is 5m. And now from here we just divide by 5. Right? So 160 divided by 5 equals m. And if I didn't know off the top of my head what that math was, I could just do it over here on the side. Five and 16 is 3. Bringing down to 1 and the 0. 5 and the 10 goes 2. Okay? And that's going to be a perfect no remainder. So, M equals 32. So on 1 gallon of gas, I can go 32 miles. That's what that's telling us, okay? Perfect. We'll do some more examples in class. Hope this helps you a little bit. All right, so what I'd like you to do is try these couple problems as well. We'll take a look at them in class. Remember, make sure you try and solve these using cross multiplication. Remember, when a fraction was a fraction, shout it out real loud so your parents know you're paying attention. They think you're crazy right now. When a fraction was a fraction, you got it. Cross multiply. All right, see you guys in class.